Hi everybody, it's Amalia and I'm here today with the August 2021 Sheetload of cards. Every month, Alicia from Call Me Crafty Al publishes a sketch, supply list, and a cutting guide for using up a 12 by 12 sheets of paper so that you could make some cards. I'm going through the K & Company Wild Saffron Designer paper pad that has 36 double-sided sheets, and I will be going through that until it's done. I'm also using an old stamp set from Stampin' Up, and this is it right here. Giggle Greetings is what it's called, and I use this little cheese with a candle on it. And I also used some Copic markers to color it in. I used a technique called Storybook coloring from Del and Artie, which is a YouTube channel. They recently did a tutorial on it, and I decided to give it a go. And let me show you how I did it. I'm using YR24, YR13, and Y2 to color in the cheese. I'm using YR24 to do the darker colors, and it's basically a kind of dot technique. You just do lots of little dots of color and not a tremendous amount of blending. You kind of want to see the individual color. Now, I'm not an expert at this. This is actually my first attempt, and I like the way it came out. It's not a full sort of coverage kind of coloring. You're not blending colors that are necessarily near each other in the color system like you usually do with Copic coloring, but it gives it more of a kind of authentically colored look, I guess. I'm not sure. I like the way it came out. I want to keep trying doing this with some other projects, and I'll let you know how they come out. But this is me doing the coloring, and again, it's just random, kind of random dots of color. Clearly, I'm putting the darker YR24 in more shadowed areas, like the holes of the cheese and the end of the cheese, and the shadow for the candle, etc. And I am doing a little bit of blending by going over the darker color with the lighter color, but they're not really blending per se. It's just kind of washing the color out just a little bit. And lots of dots and some open white space, which is the important part of this. Let me know what you think. Do you like the way this looks? Have you seen the technique that I'm talking about? It's kind of like a watercolor look, but using Copic markers. I'm going to do some coloring of the platter or the plate that the cheese is on right now, and I've just chosen some greens. I'm not even going to tell you what greens they are, but it's the color that I chose for the plate, and I chose 3 different greens. They don't necessarily blend together on their own, and I'm just using kind of a darker green as a shadow color and a lighter green for a highlight, and I'm just doing dots all over. Once I've completed coloring everything, I actually take an E00 and just kind of swipe the color across the background just to add a background and to mute the brightness of that white color. And I think it does a lot better for the whole coloring overall. And the beauty of using a card map like the Sheetload of cards is that once you've got your designer paper cut to the right sizes and you've got your mats cut and you put them all together, they're ready to assemble onto your cards. And I'm putting the second piece on here. Then comes the focal image, which of course is a slice of cheese with a candle on top. And the sentiment says, age isn't really important unless you're cheese, which I think is funny, given that the main image is a piece of cheese. I decided to cut a banner from this sentiment, and so all you do to make a banner is cut a little snip right down the center, of each side, and then from corner to the top of that snip, you cut and on each side, and you've got yourself a banner. Well, that's how I made my cards, folks. I hope you like my first attempt at storybook coloring with Copic markers. I kind of like the technique. Maybe I have to try it on a bigger image. I don't know, but check the description below and check out all the others in this collab and what they did. And thanks so much for stopping by. Bye!